outside hitters. He serves that one into the net, so starting off with a service error.
And that's something that both these teams are going to want to limit here is the service errors in this one. For the Rail Splitters coming into this one, 14 service aces, 55 service errors coming in to this contest, make it now 56 on the year for the Rail Splitters.
And on the Ohio State side, it's the senior opposite side hitter who serves, Wetzel. And that one, a quick one down by Pickering on the net. And Hinwood Rodriguez sets it up for Pickering, pushes that one onto the line for a kill.
I like what Hinwood Rodriguez did when he went to go set that one up. It almost looked like he was going to take a swing at that one. And instead, I think that just pulled enough of the defense that led that setup for Pickering. He was able to catch some hands, it looked like, there and pick up that kill.
Nice switch by Hinwood Rodriguez as Wetzel serves that one again and drops it just in the corner.
That one had some sidewinding action, Sarah, it looked like that time. And Wetzel is one of the Buckeyes' best servicemen. Picks up an ace. That's his 6th of the season.
Wetzel last year led the team with 53 aces, so this is not new for him. The lefty serves again. That one dug up by Zion, and then on the outside, it's Mendez. A backside attack and attempt by Hachinsky, and he is blocked by LMU.
Yeah, this is a nice big block right there. That was Von Megason and Mendez, it looked like, combining on that block, and Megason will go serve here for the Rail Splitters. But that's a huge block to get on the board here for LMU.
The redshirt freshman middle blocker. He serves that one up and over. Pickering with the dig to the backside. It's Wetzel who slams it between two defenders for a kill.
And Wetzel's a 3-time honorable mention All-American for a reason there, Sarah. But he's really coming to his own over these last 3 matches. 14 kills against Long Beach State. He's averaging just under 14 kills over the last 3 matches for Ohio State. There's his first tonight.
Wetzel number 13 overall in kills as they'll try from the back row. It's Von Bars, and he is blocked by the Buckeyes.
Well, there's former teammate Salvatore is right there. He just got his hands up right in the middle of that block. Might have had some help as well, but a block for Ohio State.
And back to serve is Pickering, junior outside hitter. As that one's up and into the net, so our second service error of the evening.
Yeah, first one for Ohio State, and that's where Pickering has really shown his mark on this team so far, is really as a service specialist, but now getting the start here with Hurley out. He's on the outside, but you see him go to the line that time, just not able to get it over.
Johan Negron back to serve for the Rail Splitters. That one's up and over. Hinwood Rodriguez for Salvatores. It is dug by Zion. And then another push for Salvatores, another try, and he gets the termination.
Well, if you don't succeed at first try again, Salvatores, his first swing resulted in that free ball, and that one just left right up for him, able to get a nice big hit on it and put it down.
And after the kill, he goes back to the service line. Junior middle blocker standing at 6'4". That's up and over, and a little too much power on that one as it goes out of bounds.
Now, if you're Lincoln Memorial here, you got to get that offense going. Just so far, obviously still early on in this set, but 2 total attempts, 1 attack error, hitting for a -500 hitting percentage. 2 out of their 3 points have come off Buckeye service errors.
And that one was Mendez with the serve as Wetzel tries his hand on an attack. And with Rodriguez back to Hachinsky on the outside, and he gets a cross-court kill.
Yeah, Hachinsky, 8 kills in the last time, and he's just using the space of the floor to his advantage that time. Finds that soft spot, like you said, goes cross-court, and that's the biggest lead of this first set so far for Ohio State here at 4.
Hachinsky, 339 kills last year, second on the team as a freshman. Back to serve for the Buckeyes is the setter, Hinwood Rodriguez. That one just tips over the net, a free ball attempt for Ohio State. A setup here for Von Bars, blocked by Ohio State. He'll try again. Ohio State hands there. And a third attempt from the middle instead, Milosavljevic. Wetzel from the opposite side. And that one is dug, but too much power, and he gets the kill.
And Wetzel smartly going back row right there. Only one rail splitter back there. I think it was Mendez, and he got his hands underneath, but that one just hit a little too hard. You get a good look at it right there. Mendez alone line of defense back there and just not able to get a good clean dig on that one. And the second kill for Wetzel.
Buckeyes up by 5. Hinwood Rodriguez serving again. That one's up and over, and another service error for Ohio State.
Yeah, that's their third here of this first set. Their other point that the rail splitters have had came off an attack error, so you have to get a point of their own on their own offensive hand here. The Buckeyes have given them a few here on errors.
Milosavljevic back to serve for the Rail Splitters. Hinwood Rodriguez, a tip over by Hachinsky, and that one just rolls out of bounds.
That's a heck of a job right there by Milosavljevic. Looked like he was trying to dig that one out, but he smartly realized at the very last second that one was going out of bounds. He lets it play out, and that'll be another point there for the Rail Splitters.
And Lincoln Memorial back within 3. Milosavljevic serving again, up and out of bounds. And a service error there on the Rail Splitters side. Back to serve for the Buckeyes is Stanislaw Hachinsky. The sophomore opposite hitter. That one's up and over. Dug by Von Baris will try for the attack as well. And a diving save by Pickering. A push over by the Buckeyes. Another setup for the outside Von Bars, and that one goes off of Hudson for a termination.
Well, the Rail Splitters were just attacking Drew Hudson that time for Ohio State. He had a heck of a dig the first try that, of course, Pickering, the hustle, kept the point going. But they just go right back at Hudson, and that time just pretty much had to just get his body there and protect himself, not able to get the dig out.
Serving is Mallerwine for LMU, and that one goes up, and it's touched. Grimm gets the kill.
Yeah, Grimm going down the line. First time he's got a touch here tonight, and he converts 1 for 1. So on his kill, that's his 13th on the season. He had 6 the last time out against Long Beach State. That's about half of his total, so pretty solid performance the last time out against Long Beach State.
Grimm, the redshirt sophomore, goes back to serve. That one skids off the net. From the opposite side is Von Bars, and he gets the termination.
That's always a tough ball there for an outside. Got to cut that one inside, trying to go cross court, but keep it on the front side of the court, and he's able to do it to perfection and pull the Rail Splitters back within 3 here.
And Bars has been the main attacker here for the Rail Splitters as he goes back to serve. Pickering from the outside snipes one down the middle.
There's Pickering, his second swing in this one, and that one looked pretty good. Obviously able, like you said, to snipe basically to keep that one in, and now Wetzel will take his trip to the line.
Wetzel back around in rotation. He serves that one up and over. And on the opposite side, it's a termination for Negron.
Yeah, that's just a great job right there by the Rail Splitters. Mallory, the nice back set. They're able to pull that Buckeye defense to the opposite side and then go backwards, and Negron there, the big hammer to put it down. Beautifully drawn play.
Collecting his first kill of the evening. Von Megason sends one into the net. Buckeyes up by 4, Pickering back to serve. That attempt is up and over. It's going to be a free ball by the Rail Splitters, sent back over to the Ohio State side. Hinwood Rodriguez to the opposite for Wetzel off the hands of the block, and he gets a kill.
Yeah, the Buckeyes have been spreading the offense around here. No one with more than 4. Wetzel now leading on swings, and he puts down a third, and that's going to draw a Lincoln Memorial timeout here by interim head coach.
Side so far. Ohio State back at the service line after the timeout. It's Pickering. Runs up and over. And a little tip and dink on the outside for Mendez gets the kill.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to get a little touch on that ball. Looked like he was just going to go hammer down the line. Ohio State was ready for it, so he recognized that. Just give it a little tap right in front of Pickering there.
Johan Negron back to serve for the Rail Splitters. Buckeyes up by 4 in this first set. Serve up and over, catches on the net. Hinwood Rodriguez, a tip over for Salvatores. And a push by Zion on the LMU side. And then another tip there by Hachinsky, and that one works as it goes past the defense.
Yeah, that time it looked like it was going to go to Salvatores once again, and that defense just drawn right to it. Instead, the Buckeyes go past him and go to that outside and then put one down, and so they regain that 5-point lead that they had going into the timeout.
And an interesting volley there. Not a lot of hard attacks, but just those tips over it seemed to work for the Buckeyes there as Salvatore sends it over to his former team. And there's a nice attacking kill by Mendez on the outside for the Rail Splitters.
Well, right on cue. That one was hit pretty hard right there, Sarah. Mendez just going to that back row, eats up a couple of that Buckeye defense. But that was something that head coach Kevin Birch for Ohio State said a couple matches ago going into that George Mason match that the Buckeyes had. He doesn't need his team to hit the ball as hard as they can. Sometimes you just need a little off it to have some clean offense.
And there's a hard hit by Wetzel. Back over to the Rail Splitter side as Von Bars tips one over. Hudson free ball close to the net. Haczynski pushes it over. Zion to the backside for Negron. It's blocked by the Buckeyes, but out of bounds as the Rail Splitters get a kill.
Yeah, Lincoln Memorial here, really, since that slow start to the offense at first, has really picked it up. Now up to 6 kills as a team, hitting 357. The Buckeyes hitting 368. So they've really been able to pull back into this one offensively.
Decent percentages there for both of these teams as Wetzel hits one from the back row. Set up for Negron on the opposite side, blocked by the Buckeyes. Try for the outside instead. Von Bars tips it. Back over to Lincoln Memorial as he'll send that one up and out of bounds.
That one just a little too far off the hand that time of Von Bars. And it looked like that one right before, the set was almost kind of out in front, which made him just have to try to push that ball. And the Buckeyes were able to block it, and of course, on the next swing, able to pick up the point. So maybe a better set, and that one could have been an LMU point.
Little off tempo there for the Rail Splitters. They'll try to set this one back up. Negron on the opposite side, and he gets the termination.
Yeah, that one looked pretty good, though. Negron, the big hammer on the outside. Looked like he gave a little stare down, too, at the end. That point looked excellent off his hand that time, and he picks up the termination.
Some discussion here by Haczynski on the Buckeyes side. Ohio State up by 3 as Milosavljevic goes back to serve again. Sends that one up and over. Inwood Rodriguez looking for Wetzel on the outside. It's going to be an attack by Von Bars, which nice setup off the free ball. Try one more time, fight at the net. And it's going to go to Ohio State after that scuffle there on the net.
It looked like someone might have touched the net on the side of LMU that time. I think that was what the point was called against them for. So the Buckeyes will take the freebie and restore themselves up to a 4-point advantage.
Haczynski back to serve for Ohio State. He sends that one out of bounds. It's the 4th service error for Ohio State so far tonight, and 3 on the side of the Rail Splitters. Back to serve is Mallerwine as he sends that one over. And a quick push and attack from the middle. It's Aaron Grimm with a kill.
Yeah, that one pretty much just set up right to him on a silver platter. I mean, you can't put that up in a much better spot for Grimm, and he certainly took advantage of that one.
A nice short setup there from Hinwood Rodriguez as Grimm goes back to the service line after his point. Sends that one up and over. It's set close to the net, and it goes to the Buckeyes.
Someone came over to the top that time, so another net violation. That's the second in 3 points right there for the Rail Splitters. And when you're trying to get back into the set, you're cut the lead down to 3. Those are the types of mistakes you can have happen.
It's getting later into this first set. Buckeyes 2 points away from the 20 mark as Grimm sends this one up. Zion with the dig. Sent outside for Negron. He just pushes that one over. Ohio State with a high setup for Pickering. And a scuffle here, another push by Zion for the Rail Splitters. In the middle, it's Salvatores as he collects a kill.
Salvatore is going to the outside right there. Mallerwine was in good position, but I think he just picked up where that ball was coming at too late. You see him there, and it just went right to his right side there at that last second. He picked it up, but just a little too late.
Salvatore is with his 3rd kill of the evening as Grimm sends that serve up and over. Mallerwine looking on the opposite side for Von Bars, and he gets a cross-court termination.
And now's the point of the set where if you're LMU, you need to take that and continue to push this into some momentum. You need to run here. Can't afford to trade points for the Buckeyes at this point.
Buckeyes getting close, only 6 away from finishing out this first set, so every point matters here for Lincoln Memorial. Von Bar sends the serve over. Haczynski from the back row forces a free ball for Ohio State. A fight at the net, and it goes to Lincoln Memorial.
That was Colton Mendez picking that one up, the redshirt sophomore to Las Vegas. And when you have that many free balls over the net, that many overpasses, you got to imagine you take advantage at some point, and Mendez did just that.
Point to Lincoln Memorial as Von Bars sends that one into the net. And that's one of those mistakes, too, you were just talking about that you just can't really make when you're down by 5 in this first set.
Yeah, no, that puts the Buckeyes just 5 points away here from taking this first set. Now each team with 4 service errors apiece.
Wetzel back to serve, sends that one up and over. The reach there as the free ball is taken advantage of by Ohio State for a kill.
Yeah, just a free ball, and that was set up really nicely there for Ohio State. Couldn't tell if that was Pickering there who got his hand on it, but either way, a point for Ohio State. Yeah, just like you said, a nice quick attack. I think that caught the Ohio State defense off guard, waiting for a slower developing play. Instead, just a quick hammer right to the outside of the floor, and Wetzel not able to move his feet and get there.
Megason with his second kill. He's back to serve. Sends that one into the net for a 5th service error by the Rail Splitters.
That's the second service error as well in the last 2 or 3 points there for the Rail Splitters. So, you know, not to beat the point in, but obviously stuff you can't have happen here this late in the set. The Buckeyes now just 3 away.
Buckeyes now at 22, so those mistakes are huge. They want to make a comeback here, and there's another one as O'Riordan gets an attack and kill from the middle on the free ball.
Yeah, that's just his second kill of the season. Hasn't seen too much time yet in this season, but a senior out of Illinois right there had that one set up pretty nicely to him. He made it count.
O'Riordan has played in 1 match so far this season, coming in for his second here. Milosavljevic tries for an attack. He's stopped by Ohio State. Another block by the Buckeyes. And another attempt here by Milosavljevic, and that one's out of bounds.
I'll bring up set point, and that one missed, not by too much, but that one was out, and so the Buckeyes here just trying to close things out here in this first set with Pickering going to the line.
Buckeyes with the opportunity here to take the first set. Pickering coming in to serve, and that one just out of bounds. Ohio State with some cushion here. Up by 7 in the first set.
Good pickup, too, by Von Bars on that outside right there. He made the nice read. That one was pretty close by Pickering, but the nice move made by the senior outside.
Nice job following it all the way to the line there on the LMU side as Negron sends that one over. Wetzel with the attempt to take this one out, and he gets the set point. And Wetzel there with that kill. That was those service errors, and see how this first serve goes for the Buckeyes. This one's up and over. On Bars with the dig, he'll try for an attack as well. Rolls off the hands of the Buckeyes. Paczynski sets it up for Pickering, who reaches up, tips, and gets the kill.
That's well done right there for Ohio State. Rodriguez is set. It looks like Kaczynski's going to fly in from the 10-foot line. And said he just dumps it off. Pickering lurking on the outside there. And the nice little touch off the finger that time for the termination.
Nice spot there by Pickering just over the block and in front of the defense on the Lincoln Memorial side as Wetzel sends that one up and over and out of bounds. So there's that first service error of the second set from Ohio State side. Von Bars back to serve for the Rail Splitters. Sends that one over to Pickering, who's going to look also for the attack as he rolls it off the hands of Lincoln Memorial for a kill.
You see Pickering there, the big hammer. He's a little bit undersized on that outside, standing at 6'1", so just goes right into the block that time and gets the nice friendly roll off the hands of the outside blocker that time for his second point of the set.
Pickering with 4 kills. He's leading alongside Wetzel on the Ohio State offense. Back to the Buckeye side, and there's Wetzel himself trying for an attack. Sent back over, it's a free ball. Buckeyes with the opportunity to get a kill off the free ball, and Salvatore does.
And Salvatore right there. He is starting out hot to start this match. That's now his 4th kill on his 6th attempt so far, so he's been very efficient to start for this Buckeye offense.
Salvatore, Wetzel, and Pickering, all with 4. 469 is the percentage the Buckeyes are hitting at so far. On Bars push that one into the block of Ohio State, and they lose it for a kill.
Yeah, just the The nice little touch off the block. Looked like the Buckeyes brought 3 that time, but no matter right there for Von Bars, who is really just this main attacker for this Lincoln Memorial offense, of course. Came in with 30 kills on the season so far, averaging about 3.33%. He's up to 4 on this match.
Von Megason serves that one. Hachinski reaches for it. Ohio State off tempo, but they've managed to save it as Hachinski hits it between the block and gets a kill.
You know what? It wasn't a pretty point for Ohio State, but a point's a point. I mean, that ball just pretty much played pinball around the entire team, and somehow they're able to keep it off the floor and leave it up for Hachinski there, who was able to hammer it into that back row.
Definitely an off-tempo volley there for the Buckeyes, but they were able to seize the point, now up 4-2. Salvatore is back to serve. Sends that one over to Von Bars, and from the backside, it is Negron for a termination.
Yeah, just goes right down the line that time, and Negron, the big point right there. Let's see if LMU here can find a run. Obviously, still early in the second set, but if you're able to take control, a lot of this momentum here, obviously, would slant the fortunes back towards your favor a little bit.
Still a close set here early on as Negron serves that one. Pickering with the dig, and a little shifty attempt there by Henwood Rodriguez, but Lincoln Memorial there to clean it up. Negron sends that one over. Hachinski tips it, and a nice spotting there by Stanislaw Hachinski.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much put that in one of the only places on the floor that I don't think any one of those LMU defenders could get to. The nearest one in the back row was Von Bars here, as you see, but just dropped it right in what I like to call the Bermuda Triangle right there. Just that lone gray spot on the floor.
Von Bars pushed back a little bit further on the defense. Hachinski took advantage. Henwood Rodriguez back to serve for the Buckeyes. Sends it over to Von Bar. That one, a free ball for Ohio State to take the opportunity of, as Grimm sends it back over to the Lincoln Memorial side, and it's pushed out of bounds by Mendez.
Yeah, Mendez was trying to get a little bit shifty there, go across the floor. He recognized where the defense was for Ohio State, but you could just tell by his face as soon as he touched that. He knew that wasn't the greatest touch, and it just sails too far out of bounds.
Henwood Rodriguez serving again for Ohio State. Sends that one up and just taps it in bounds.
Yeah, all those rail splitters on the floor, they're looking towards their coach. Wanted to know should he challenge it or not. They haven't pulled the challenge card out yet, and it looks like Jacob Craig's just going to leave it be, so that's going to be the second ace for Ohio State. That one was awfully close.
That was a close one, and Lincoln Memorial players didn't seem to think that that one stayed in bounds, but the ace goes to Henwood Rodriguez. So he sends that one over. Now push there to the middle for Milosavljevic. There's a high set and a slam by Hachinski for a cross-court termination.
Yeah, he pretty much, that was the only way he could pick up that point with Zachary Zion pushing in towards that side of the defense. So he just hammered that right in front of him, and Zion, he had really had no chance to react on that one.
And that it was an impressive angle from the outside to be able to reach there for Hachinski, especially on such a high set. Sends that one up and over. Another fiery serve by Henwood Rodriguez. Hachinski goes to look for another one off the block of LMU. And Grimm will try from the middle as he gets a kill.
Feels like everyone on Ohio State, they're just passing the cookie jar around here tonight. Hachinski leads with 6 as there's a timeout by LMU, but they have 3 players with 4, and now Grimm has got 3. Everyone on this Ohio State offense is getting a piece of the pie tonight.
And after that kill, Buckeyes up by 6. We'll take
that as well. Here's a Puerto Rican native and Rodriguez.
And Henwood Rodriguez sends that one over, and that one just crossed and out of bounds for Mendez.
That's going to be another attack here for this rail splitter team. They're 6th so far. Buckeyes just have 2 on the attack. So on both teams, maybe a little bit more iffy from the service line. It's been the LMU attack that has been the one committing the errors here in this one.
And a big difference now in that hitting percentage. Buckeyes at 476, rail splitters at 167. As Henwood Rodriguez sends that one just over the net. Into the backside for Negron as he hits that one into the net.
And another a point for Ohio State, and they're just starting to pull away here in this set. Now up, this is the biggest lead of this entire match that we've seen at any point at 8, and it's been helped here by this LMU offense, the attackers. You see it right there, just straight into the net from Negron.
Negron seemed to lose his balance there on that attack, and Buckeyes now up 11-3. So a big gap here for LMU to try and reach. Negron will try again with a sneaky tip. Buckeyes there to cover it up as Grimm tries, and he hits that one into the net.
Nice change of pace that time from Negron. I feel like just caught that Ohio State defense a little off guard. Looked like he was going to go for that big swing, instead just pushes it over, and then Grimm right on cue. Right after Negron had did it himself, he puts it into the net.
So Lincoln Memorial collecting the kill, and it is George Stevens, the freshman outside hitter, who's serving for the Rail Splitters. He sends that one over. It's a backside attack for Pickering as he gets a kill.
Well, Pickering has certainly been efficient as well for Ohio State. He's now got 5 kills on 8 swings, and that time just soaring in from the 10-foot line. Looked like he got off the floor that time, able to find the back row.
As you had mentioned before, Pickering a little bit undersized, sitting at 6'1" in that outside hitting position. If you look at some of the Buckeyes' other hitters, 6'7", 6'8", so a little bit undersized there, but still doing well for the Buckeyes as Von Bars gets an attack and kill on the LMU side. Yeah,
Von Bars, who didn't play for the Rail Splitters last match, really coming in, and he's been the big focal part of this offense so far, and now up to the team leading 5th kill. Just looking to get a little bit more efficient.
Milosavljevic sends that one over. Pickering will try a tip from the outside, and a pancake by Von Bars as he sends that one into the net on the attack.
Yeah, I thought Pickering had it for a second, but Von Bars just able to get that fingernail underneath that time, but just not able to unload cleanly on the next point. And we'll get a service substitution here for Ohio State.
And that was an impressive pancake, I will say, on the LMU side. I thought that one actually hit the court. So great defensive effort there. In to serve for Ohio State is the freshman middle blocker, Brady Jones. He has 1 ace so far this season. So he sends that one over. Von Bars trying again from the outside. Stopped by Ohio State, but the point goes to LMU. Looks like
a net violation on Ohio State, so a point for Von Bars and LMU here. And one thing we haven't really seen a ton of here tonight has been blocks. Von Bars was able to hit it right into that Buckeye block at the net, but the point kept going before that net violation on Ohio State. Each team with just 1 block here so far.
There's been a lot of touches on the net,
yes,
I would say, but not complete stuffs on the blocks as well.
It's made for some cool rallies, though.
Definitely been an exciting game so far, and that's a service error by Inbar Shahar, the sophomore setter.
Yeah, that's the first time we've said his name tonight, coming in on a service substitution, and not what, of course, he wanted coming off the bench that time. Another one of those international players out of Israel for LMU.
Buckeyes reach 14 as Wetzel serves. That one, Stevens, free ball attempt, and Salvatores takes advantage of it with a kill.
Yeah, I don't think it gets much easier right there for Salvatores. I mean, that one just put right up to him, and he's able to knock it right back down. Biggest lead for the Buckeyes here tonight at 9 here in the second set.
As you saw there, again, just looking at that hitting percentage on that graphic, 457 to 146 right now as Wetzel serves that one, catches on the net. Von Bars from the opposite side, and there's a block.
Oh, just talked about it. There's that block for Ohio State. Looked like Pickering and Salvatores each got up there, and that was a big part in LMU's last time out against Askren. Askren had 11 blocks total in that last time out, and there's the Buckeyes second, should I say.
Up by 10 now is Ohio State. Wetzel serving, another free ball opportunity for the Buckeyes. Hinwood Rodriguez to Wetzel, and he takes advantage with an attack and kill.
That's the first time the Buckeyes have gone towards Shane Wetzel's way in a minute, but he's able to go down the line that time. Zion got the hands underneath, just not able to get underneath enough, control that dig.
In this game.
Yeah, the Buckeyes have really been able to pull away over this last few points, so we're going to have to see what LMU has deep in the bag and have to really grit deep and find that extra energy here in the set.
Shahar's setting now as he sets it to Von Bar, and that one's out of bounds.
That's not going to help the Collins right there by Von Bar. Obviously just trying to go for the back row, just a little too much on that one right there, and now the Buckeyes up by 12.
So a switch up here in the setter position for LMU. It's now Inbar Shahar we saw come in with the serve instead of Roman Mallerwine. There's a service error for the Buckeyes and Wetzel.
Looks like Wetzel that time was just trying to cut that ball and take it to the far side of the court, but just got too much on top of that ball that time and just spun it right into the net.
Buckeyes up by 11, so still don't want to see those mistakes, but they have a little bit more wiggle room here in the second set for those to happen. As Von Barr serves it. Machinsky with the dig. He'll push it over from the back row. Shahar in the middle to Megason. And that one goes to Ohio State.
Yeah, that play just started. The Buckeyes off timing. Hachinsky looked like he was going to take it from the 10-foot row, but just had to push it over. And just looked like that time they weren't on the same page there for the rail splitters. And they're able to give the point to Ohio State. And here's Pickering. He'll serve before we have a substitution on the other end for LMU. Looks like William Boney coming in. First time we've said his name today.
Quick substitution here on that rail splitter side. Seems like they're just trying to switch some things up here in this lineup as Ohio State is up by 12. Pickering serves that one over, and to the far side is Stevens. He gets a kill.
He's fired up, the Nashville native right there. He had 14 kills their last time out, so coming off a big game and gets the big swing that time. Let's see if that's a spark for the rail splitters.
Stevens with his first kill of the evening as Boney goes back to serve. He's played in 2 matches so far this season, sends that one high for a service error.
That one just a little high that time, came flying into that Ohio State student section that's behind their end. And we'll get a service substitution here for Ohio State.
And for the Buckeyes is Christian Teresi, the freshman setter. Has come in as a service specialist here for the Buckeyes in these last 4 matches that they've played. He has 1 ace as he sends that one up. Shahar tries to reach over. Some miscommunication by the Buckeyes, but they still dig it up. Shahar to the outside for Stevens again. That one touched by Ohio State. Wetzel with a diving save. Tharp from the backside. Shahar to the backside for Von Barr, and he slams it down for a termination.
Yeah, I mean, he just came flying in right there. He just went and attacked Christian Teresi, who just came into that game. He wasn't able to dig it out, and he'll pick up his kill. You get another look at it right there. Comes soaring in from that 10-foot line, goes right at Teresi, not able to pick that dig up.
And the Buckeyes also making some changes here is number 17, Tyler Tharp. The redshirt sophomore came in. Saw him in that last play as Negron sends that one up and out of bounds. So Tharp coming in for Ohio State. O'Riordan, who had that kill earlier, also coming back in for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, really digging into the bench here. Obviously up by 12 in the second set. You might as well.
Enough cushion here for some opportunity for a lineup change on the Ohio State side. Henwood Rodriguez serving. Sends that one up and over. Stevens with a dig to the backside for Negron. Winds up with the attack. Free ball attempt. Pickering tries to save it. And another free ball opportunity here for LMU. See if they can take advantage of it. Von Bars pushes that one over. Backside, it's Tharp. Saved by Zion. And a push on the LMU side by Milosavljevic. Got a long volley here going. Negron sees if he can stop that, and he does with a determination.
I mean, what a rally on both sides. Ohio State really scrambling there, and then finally LMU able to end it. Go down that side where that Ohio State defense was weak on that side of the floor, pick up the big kill.
Stevens back to serve. Buckeyes up by 11. That one's up and over. O'Riordan with the dig as he'll go for an attempt on a kill as well. Free ball opportunity. It's saved from the other side of the net. And another free ball opportunity for Ohio State here from the middle. It's Jones with a kill.
Yeah, Jones, that one set up nicely. I think that was Shahar there, who pretty much went to the other side of the net. And I mean, heck of a job just to keep that point going. I thought that ball was going to hit a speaker in the ceiling, and it did not.
It's nice hustle defense there. Got it back over to his side of the net, too, which was impressive.
It was Shahar, and like you said, impressive play. Just the Buckeyes able to find the point.
O'Riordan serves it over. Negron with a high set and a roll shot. From the backside is Tharp, fight at the net, sends it over with his shoulder. And Pickering from the outside as he slams that one down, but a nice block on the LMU side there. And Tharp just a little bit too high and out of bounds.
Yeah, Just left that one a little too long. You caught that as well. He was able to keep that point going by using that shoulder of his just to push it over the net. But got it right back to himself and not able to connect. And here comes the serve from Milosavljevic.
Seen some impressive saves so far in this match. Milosavljevic sends it over. Pickering on the outside off the hands of the rail splitters. Shahar to the backside, Negron. Dug by Hudson. An attempt by Tharp, and he gets a termination from the backside.
Tharp, just the big hammer. Redshirt sophomore out of Chicago, just his third set and third match played this year, and he'll pick up the kill. You get another look at it. He goes cross court, and the big swing to pick up that termination. The Buckeyes just 2 away from taking the second set.
Tharp with his first kill of the evening. As Jones serves it over. Negron from the backside. He's getting a lot of attack opportunities. Pickering reaches to save that one. Shahar to the middle. It's Boney. Jones sets it up high to the backside for O'Riordan. Shahar to the backside for Negron, and he gets it out of bounds. It looked like it was out of bounds, but it actually seems to be LMU point as he gets the termination.
Yeah, they're going to give the point here to Rail Splitter, so prolonging the set a little bit. You get a look at it right there, just down the line.
Negron getting a lot of action there on that opposite side. He gets his 7th kill of the evening as Shahar serves that one for a free ball opportunity. It's Von Barr on the outside. Goes off the Ohio State defense. Pickering now from the outside. Rolls that one off the hands of LMU, and Negron with another decisive attack and kill from the opposite.
Yeah, Negron really starting to heat up in this one. He's been the big shining star of this offense alongside Von Bars in this one. His 7th kill now, but he's been a little bit more efficient than Von Bars here in this one. Over about 350 here in this match now, 375 after that one.
Shahar sneaks that one over the net, and a quick attack and kill by Salvatores.
Yeah, Salvatore is just sneaking that one over, recognizing that defense all pushed up on him, so he just goes to that back row, and here's set point here for Ohio State.
Ohio State up by 11. Set point here in the second. Tyler Tharp back to serve for Ohio State. Sends that one up and over, just out of bounds. Buckeyes with their 8th service error. On bars back to serve. Sends this up and over to O'Riordan. And from the backside is Tharp, just a bit too high. And it goes to LMU.
He was asking for the touch. Kevin Birch is going to head right to his table and pick up his challenge card. And we'll see our first review of the night. Tharp looked right to his coach, said, hey, that was touched. And so Buckeyes will take a look at this one.
And Coach Birch here not shy to use that challenge card, although the Buckeyes still up by 9, whether he used it or not. So a pretty good cushion, but he has faith in his players here and see if he can win this first challenge of the evening.
You don't want to let LMU pick up some momentum here to take into the third set. Obviously, it would take a very Herculean effort to be able to come back and get back into the second set, but never say never in sports. So obviously, each point's very important in Ohio State. They just want to end this one right here because obviously, too, if you let LMU get a little bit of momentum going into the third set, obviously that can carry over. Momentum's a huge thing in a lot of these sports, and so you don't want to let them get a groove and take it into the third set because that could make that a whole lot of a different ball game. Obviously, you still got to put them away in that third set, so we'll see what comes of this review.
The momentum can absolutely make it. That was a close one there. Von Bars with the opportunity to serve. That's a close free ball and fight at the net by Ohio State. Stevens with a roll and off the hands of the Buckeyes. No coverage. He gets a kill.
Yeah, just back-to-back points here for LMU, and this is where just mentioned momentum's a real thing here. So obviously, if the Rail Splitters can get something going, not only can they take someone into the third, but you never know. Hey, maybe they make this a very close second set.
Von Bars sends that one over. O'Riordan with the dig. Pickering trying to finish that one up as he tips it. Shahar to Negron on the backside, and he's tipped down by Salvatores as the Buckeyes take the second set.
Yeah, that Negron that time.
Opportunity here to get that first point for LMU. And Salvatores tips it over. Stevens tries from the outside, and he is stuffed by Salvatores and Wetzel.
Yeah, Salvatore, he's certainly come up against his former team here and really made an impact in this one. Obviously 6 kills on 10 attempts. And then add that block there to combine with Wetzel.
He's got 4 blocks tonight, one of them being a solo block. Wetzel serving from the backside. It's Negron. That one out of bounds off Ohio State block for a kill.
Yeah, Negron that time going right back at Salvatore's. Pickering as well in there to try to combine. That time it goes in favor of the Rail Splitters as Negron able to put down his 8th kill. That's going to take the team lead there for LMU.
Tied here at 1, and it is Walsh with the serve. Pickering pushes from the outside. On bar sets it up for Stevens. Roll shot tipped back over by Pickering. From the backside, a push by Negron. He gets that one over. Hudson backside for Wetzel. He gets a kill.
And Wetzel able to rise up, and he just attacks right there. Shahar there in the back left corner, and he's just not able to dig that one out. And so Wetzel will say thank you very much as he just goes cross court for the kill.
And that is Wetzel's 7th of the night. Pickering serving, sends that one into the net. Tied here 2-2. Close first start to this 3rd set. Negron back to serve. Sends that one up and over. Hudson with a dig. In the back row, attack and kill for Pickering.
It was interesting. It was, Pickering getting that start with Daniel Hurley hurt. Like, who was going to get the big swings in this offense? And, well, for Ohio State, they're just feeding Owen Pickering here in this one. He leads the team in terms of total swings, now up to 15 on the match and also now 6 kills. He is the 4th Buckeye here tonight with 6 kills apiece.
Pickering hitting at a 400. He has no errors on his 15 attempts. He's really stepped up tonight. Stevens tries for an attack of his own and gets a kill.
Yeah, speaking of stepping up, there's Stevens with the big swing, his 3rd kill of the night, and he just went up there and went right cross court. And the Buckeyes not able to dig that one out. And like you said, sir, this is about the closest start we've had tonight. 3 points apiece now.
And back to serve after his termination is Stevens. Sends that one up and over. Kaczynski with the dig. He'll go up for an attack as well. Pushes it. A reaching dive for Negron. Von Bars from the outside. Kaczynski pushes it over. Von Bars backside to Negron. That one off the hands of Ohio State as he gets a kill.
And Negron fired up after that one. He goes right to his team, gives a big hug. And he just has really taken control of this 3rd set here so far. He's approaching now 10 kills, and he's already got 2 matches here through 4 with 10 kills apiece. He's trying to make it 3 out of 5.
And Lincoln Memorial takes the lead, up 4-3 in the 3rd. Stevens sends that one over. Free ball opportunity for the Rail Splitters. Push to the backside, and he collects another kill. It's Stevens from the back row.
This is the biggest lead that LMU has had all night. Let's see if they can keep building on it, and it looks like they're just starting to go right for George Stevens here, and he's starting to click at the right time here for the Rail Splitters.
And he has been so far. His 4th kill, he's hitting at a 375, so a nice percentage there as well. Sends that one over. Pickering with the dig. From the outside, it's Kaczynski. And it looks like it's a lift on the Ohio State side.
Yeah, they're going to get the freshman, it looked like Brady Jones, on the lift. And so, just like that, the Rail Splitters starting to open up a lead here in this set. And for the first time tonight, it's going to be the Buckeyes on their heels here. So we'll see how Ohio State responds.
Bit of a run here for LMU. Stevens spending a lot of time back at that service line. Hinwood Rodriguez backside Wetzel, and he stops the run with the termination.
Well, when the times get tough, who are we going to go to if you're Ohio State? Well, let's go to reliable Shane Wetzel. They give it right to their senior that time. He was able to pick up I wouldn't say a much-needed point for the Buckeyes, but definitely a point just to stop and dampen a little bit of that LMU momentum right there.
And Wetzel, the senior, he's been a big part of this Ohio State offense since his freshman year. A veteran player for the Buckeyes. as he shortens the LMU lead to 2, and Hinwood Rodriguez goes back to the line. He sends that serve into the net. And there are those service errors that we had talked about here. As you said, not really a much needed point there for the Buckeyes. They are still up 2-0 in this match overall, but still, they're wanting to close it out here quickly in this third set. You don't want to see those errors. Hinwood Rodriguez to the backside for Hachinsky as he pushes it over. A reaching save for Negron. Backside Stevens, and he drops that one in bounds.
Stevens here alone in this set. That's at least 3. He's starting to click here, like I said, at the right time for LMU. If you can get him going, you got to try to dig yourself out of this 0-2 hole, but he's been the spark plug here in set number 3.
Stevens attacking from all over the court. That one from the back row. Milo Savjevic goes back for the serve. Wetzel on the outside. So he sends that one flying. On bars, tips it back over to the Ohio State side. Wetzel tries again. And this time he'll collect a termination off the block of LMU.
Yeah, there's Wetzel once again. He went cross court on his last swing. That time looked like he was going to try to go down the line here on the near side, but it didn't matter. Caught some hands and got out of bounds. And let's see if Stanislaw Hachinsky here can start a Buckeye run.
An 8-5. LMU still with that 3-point lead. Hachinsky back at the service line. He's got 6 kills so far tonight. Sends that one just over the net, and that gives Jones the opportunity for a kill on the Ohio State side.
Well, Jones needed about all that jump that time. I mean, he just got underneath that ball, got enough of it to send it back down, and he's able to pick up his first kill tonight. Freshman out of Loveland, Ohio. You get another look at it right there. Just got enough of that, got it over the net.
Chinsky with a quick serve sends that one into the net.
Yeah, Buckeyes now up to 11 service errors here on this match.
It's just keeping this LMU team just ahead of Ohio State at about that 3-point range as Shahar serves. There's a free ball mistake by the Buckeyes, and LMU takes advantage.
Yeah, just the Buckeyes just a little bit more sloppy here in this third set. I think that's the word you could use.
It's been a complete shift from those first 2 sets. Ohio State getting a little more too comfortable here with their 2-0 lead as Jones tries for an attack, sends it out of bounds.
Yeah, at some point you have to wonder here, if you're head coach Kevin Birch, when do I want to use a timeout? Because you're still fairly early on in this set, but there's LMU steadily increasing that lead here a little bit.
Up by 5, Shahar serving. That one out of bounds. Nice job by Hudson to follow it to the line. Buckeyes there with the free point. The service error as Jones goes back to serve. He sends it up and over. Just off the tip of the hands of Stevens. Negron tries for an attack on the outside. Too much power for the error.
Yeah, trying to go to that back row, and Ohio State didn't really bring a block on Negron that time, so might have ended up helping them out a little bit. No danger of catching some hands. Now pull Ohio State back within 3.
Jones serving. Up and out of bounds. And Buckeyes down by 4 now. Those service errors, something that's making it a little harder for them to close this gap here against LMU in the third. On bars serving, sends that one over. It's a fiery serve, and Salvatores from the middle with the termination.
Huge hammer that time by Salvatores. I mean, that was dirt. That thing might be 3 feet underneath the ground.
That one was definitely a hard attack, and a nice assist there by Hinwood Rodriguez for the setup in the middle. As Wetzel sends a sharp serve over, and a tip on the other side by Walsh, but it goes to the Buckeyes as it was on their end of the court.
Yeah, it looked like that was almost a heck of a job there by Imbar Shahar to just go and get that ball and put it in a good place. And you just see it looks like just the little tap of the net right there.
Wetzel serving, clips the net. Shahar to the middle, and that's out by Shane Walsh.
Yeah, they're looking for a touch that time, the rail splitters were, but they're not going to get it. And the Buckeyes, just like that, quietly back within one here, and there's going to come that LMU challenge.
Head coach Jacob Craig decides that it's time to challenge.
And he's looking for a potential touch there at that net. So we'll get another look at this. Ohio State, they had the lone challenge tonight, and it was for us. The same thing, a potential touch.
And the Buckeyes, as of now, sitting just behind by one. This has the opportunity to shift this to a 3-point lead for LMU.
And you'll take right now, if you're the rail splitters, any point you can get. Obviously down 0-2 here in this one, trying to hold off the Buckeyes. They were up by as many as, what was it, nearly 6 here in this set. Got up close to that point, but the Buckeyes have shaved this down to 1 if this stands. So we'll have to see. This obviously it could be a very pivotal review.
And it could make a big difference, as it's been sitting consistently in this third set, about 3-point difference with the rail splitters up front.
Call confirmed.
And the call was confirmed. So LMU loses their challenge on that one. Yeah,
there's the look at it right there. They say no touch, call confirmed. So it keeps Ohio State within 1 here and a chance to tie on this point.
Buckeyes serving. It's Wetzel once again. He's got that one service ace he just had a few points ago on the night so far. So he sends that one into the net. Buckeyes there with the opportunity to tie it up. Just that simple mistake instead puts the rail splitters back in front by 2.
Here's a cool service substitution. It's Jordan Dyer, freshman out of Pickerington, Ohio, which is right down the road here from Columbus. So a nice homecoming. You got a nice little ovation coming in.
Yeah, Dyer not far from home. He's probably been up in this area before. So he goes in to serve, clips that one off the net. Middle for Salvatores. And then a middle there as well for Milosavljevic as he collects a kill.
Milosavljevic knows Ohio State, obviously coming from Quincy, member of the MIVA as well. He's able to pick up that kill and restore a 3-point lead here for LMU.
And Dyer once again serving. Up and into the net. Buckeyes get the free point.
Dyer will come back off the floor, but still cool to see former first team All-State with Pickerington North. So he got a couple of serves.
He was second in the nation in aces as well in high school that final year. Shahar to the outside for Stevens. Sent back over by Salvatores, and Negron tries for one, and he gets the termination off Ohio State block.
Oh, that was very, very nearly inbounds that time.
All LMU up 3, 15-12. Negron back to serve. Serves up and over into the net, saved by Hinwood Rodriguez. Backside Negron, and he is stuffed by Ohio State.
Emphatic stuff that time. We're going to get a yellow card here from the first referee. Looks like some jawing there at the net right there. Don't see that very often.
I don't know if I've seen that one before in my broadcast time, but that was, yeah, definitely some fiery competition here in this broadcast, or in this set so far.
Get another look at it right here. It's going to be a nice big block. Kaczynski there, and then he, you could just see him staring right down, maybe said a little something there at the end.
LMU now up by 2. Shahar to the outside, Stevens, and there's a nice attacking kill on the line.
Well, here comes another card. It's Stevens, who he said something right back. You can kind of see right there. Von Barr kind of pulled it back and said, hey, he's clapping, he's happy, but hey, let's maybe not do that. And so back-to-back yellow cards, and this thing just got sparked up a little bit here.
This has been a heated third set. Stevens, after that really nice kill, goes back to the service line. Serve is up and over. Hinwood Rodriguez outside. Kaczynski tips it over for the soft kill.
You would think after all that, Hutchinski's just going to try to put his all into the swing, but he recognized what the defense was bringing to him, and so took his medicine that time, the soft touch to pull Ohio State back within 2 here.
That might have been something expected on that defense as well. So a nice read by the sophomore to just tip it over top of the block. Hinwood Rodriguez serving. Up and over. Saved by Stevens. Backside Negron. Pickering with a high dig. Outside to Hutchinski, and he gets a kill off the hands of the block.
Now Hutchinski's starting to heat up. He's up to 8 kills now, and he's now got the Buckeyes' most attempts here with 9 on this night, and Ohio State back within 1 once again.
Buckeyes with the opportunity here to tie it back up. Rail Splitters have had the lead for most of this set since early on. Shahar backside Negron tips it over. That one goes to LMU.
Yeah, Kevin Birch is over on the sideline demanding an explanation. Just costly errors right there. Buckeyes have been trying to mount the comeback here in this set. Just haven't been able to get over that hump just yet.
Those errors have been what have kept them, like you said, just away from tying it or taking that lead. Milosavljevic coming back to serve. Sends that one over. Off tempo free ball by Pickering. Chinsky will push it over. Negron and to the backside Stevens. That one's high and out of bounds. But it's tipped off of Ohio State for the kill.
Kevin Birch, I mean, he looks incredulous on that sideline right now. He said, hold on. He immediately shook his head, and that challenge card will be grabbed. So we'll have to take a look at this one.
Buckeyes not happy with that call. That one was hard to see as well. It looked like it almost just went over top and didn't go off the hands of Ohio State, but we'll get this challenge here to see.
I thought from my view, what we have up here, I thought that went right over the top, but we'll have to see what the call ends up coming, because sometimes it can just be all just a millimeter of finger touching it. This will be a good look right here.
Something that we can't really see, but it might look like it goes just off the top of the hand, but that one's still hard to tell.
And the Buckeyes, they'll take any points you can get right now. So you're hoping that you win this challenge, because now you just want to put this thing away in 3. You don't want to give the Rail Splitters any hope here, but you know, what an adjustment the Rail Splitters have made here in this set.
They really have definitely made a difference in this third set after the Buckeyes took the first 2 fairly decisively. Here's another look from the other side. And that one, it doesn't, from up here, from this angle, it doesn't look like it hits the top of the hands of Ohio State.
We'll see right here.
And that's a big shift here. Now 17-16. Buckeyes down by 1. They've had this opportunity a couple times to tie it, haven't quite been able to. So see if Ohio State can even this back out. Chinsky serves. Nice save by Stevens, and Tharp takes advantage of a free ball over the net.
I mean, heck of a save by Stevens. You got to give it to him, because that might have been an ace if he doesn't get his hand to it, but he's diving away from the floor and just not able to really control where that ball ends up, and it just comes right to Tharp, and he pounds it back down. The Buckeyes have tied.
Both Walsh and Stevens diving for those ones, but left an opening there in the defense for LMU. Sachinsky serves again. Tied up here at 17. A save by Hinwood Rodriguez and Hudson. Free ball sent over by the Buckeyes. Out back to Von Bars, and that one just inside for a kill.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough shot, tough angle right there from Von Bars. And I thought Hudson for a second rolled out of the way like he was going to let that go by, but I think he just dove at that one and just couldn't get his hands to it. I mean, obviously such a tough dig, and a huge point there for the Rail Splitters.
So LMU back up by 1. Shahar serving. Hinwood Rodriguez backside. Wetzel off the hands of Zion. On Bars will try for an attack, and he splits it between the block for a kill. Shahar serving. Up and over. Hinwood Rodriguez, backside Wetzel, he slams it down for a kill off the block.
That's good location right there by Wetzel. Looked like his eyes were looking across the court right there, and then he just goes down the line, able to catch those hands. You get a look at it right there. Looks like he was trying to go cross court in the end, but just off that block, he ends up going down the line regardless. Huge point for Ohio State.
Enough power by Wetzel to send that one out of bounds as Jones serves it over. A free ball opportunity for Ohio State, and Salvatore takes advantage with a kill. Tied up at 19. Tied up at 19 here in this third set. Buckeyes with the opportunity as Jones serves it over. Bombars on the opposite side. He digs that one up as well, and a sideways set there, an attacking kill for Walsh.
And the Buckeyes, they were ready for that middle hit that time, just with the way they were playing defense, but it just took an Akram Karam off that block. You kind of just see the despair there on the defenders' faces, and that's a massive point for LMU.
Walsh, the freshman middle blocker. That service and over by Von Bars. Wetzel on the opposite side. Free ball save by Shahar, just tipped over, and it's a Buckeye point. Looks like that's going to be a two-handed touch there on the LMU side.
Yeah, Negron trying to get the explanation right there from the first referee, but he doesn't like what he hears, and now play ball. 5 points apiece both these teams need, and the Rail Splitters will take their first time out of their set. Hole they created, let's see if they can get over the hump.
Wetzel serves it over, and it is Stevens with the dig. A middle push there, stopped by Salvatore. Negron tips it over. Pickering gets his hands on it. Backside Negron again. Off the hands of the block, and he gets a kill.
Just like back and forth, back and forth. Both these teams just trading blow after blow. It's really going to be who just finds that run here at the end. I mean, just so close down the stretch of the set. Rail Splitters just trying to fight to see another day here in this match.
The Rail Splitters have, so far in this set, been consistently just able to stay a little bit ahead of the Buckeyes. Hinwood Rodriguez, backside Haczynski, and he gets a kill.
Another blow that time put out by Ohio State. Haczynski from the 10-foot line. The nice set from Hinwood Rodriguez, and Haczynski able to capitalize.
Haczynski kills that one from the back row to tie it back up. Pickering serve up and over. Stevens dig, backside Negron once again. Tipped back over by Salvatore. Stevens roll shot. Once again tipped by the Ohio State block. Salvatore there again. Stevens one more time off the hands of Hudson. Saved by Haczynski. Wetzel tries to kill it but sends it into the net.
That was just done so well there by Ohio State. It was everything but the finish. Some great work at the net by Salvatore. Hudson the good dig, and just Wetzel not able to capitalize and finish off that play.
Not quite able to connect on that off-tempo set as Negron serves it over. Haczynski with a nice dig. Backside Wetzel off the hands of Zion. Stevens tries from the outside, reaches up, it's out of bounds. No touch, and Ohio State gets the point.
I mean, just a game of inches. One, the no touch on Ohio State, that was almost a touch, and then just flew off that back row. And here comes a service substitution, huge one here for Christian Teresi.
Teresi back again here on the service line for the Buckeyes. This is a crucial serve. Pickering, you saw that again, reaching for that one, but got lucky as it went out of bounds as he tries for the serve and sends it into the net.
Yeah, it's just the type of play you can't have if you're the Buckeyes right here. This deep into the set, Teresi just into the net. And now LMU 2 away here, and a big serve here for Jordan Stevens.
23-22, the score here in the third. Stevens sends it up and over. Haczynski with the attack off the hands of LMU, and he gets a kill.
Haczynski really coming up big here over his last few points as well. He's now up to 10. First in double figures for the Buckeyes. You get a look at it right there. Catches the hands out of bounds. And Just neither team able to pull away here at the end of the set.
Keeping it close until the end. Hinwood Rodriguez back to serve for the Buckeyes. Up and over, reaching save by Stevens. Backside, Negron off the Ohio State block. He gets a termination.
Point there for Negron. He's had another big night, 13 kills in Ohio State. Well, they got one last timeout. Might as well use it down to set point here in this third set. I mean, that's just what you don't want out of the timeout right here. In Ohio State looking to see if they can find that coach's point here. Chance to get themselves set point here with a point.
Hutchinski serving. So he sends that one up and out of bounds.
Oh.
And just out of the way, you saw Negron. He was back there on the line and dove out of the way. He saw it was going to be out of bounds.
I mean, that might have been the hardest someone has fallen to the floor all night with the way he threw himself out of the way.
Nice read by Negron last minute there to put LMU back up by 1 at set point. Shahar serves up and over. Pickering backside Wetzel. He tips that one and it's out of bounds for a kill on the Ohio State side.
Well, that didn't miss by much. That was a heck of a job by Wetzel. He saw where that ball was falling. He got out of the way. And we play on.
That was a close one indeed as you get another look at that, just out of the way and close to that line. Serving is Jones. Up and over. On bars getting tangled up as he digs that one. And Wetzel with an opportunity for a kill on the free ball.
Well, that's just the last time you want an overpass here in this one. As now it's match point. Ohio State. Wetzel just took advantage of the freebie. And now huge serve here for Jones.
And this is a big one, in fact, for the freshman. But big serve for the freshman Jones. Crowd getting loud here in the Covelli Center. He sends it up and over. Stevens with a push save on bars, and he's blocked, but it goes out of bounds as he collects a kill.
Huge swing. I mean, you needed that, obviously, if you're LMU. Catching the block and just prolonging this thing.
Now past the regular 25. For those of you who don't watch volleyball often, you need to win by 2. So 26-26 is the score here. Salvatores with a big kill.
Salvatore's just doing it again. Hasn't had too many swings here in this third set, but he's been efficient all night. Goes right to the middle, just blows it past Zion that time, and match point number 2 for Ohio State.
Salvatore's efficient indeed, hitting at a .615 percentage. Wetzel with an opportunity at match point, and free ball for Ohio State. Hinwood Rodriguez tries with a sneaky push. Negron sends that one up off the hands of the Buckeyes. Wetzel with an opportunity to close it out, and he will with the kill as the Buckeyes take the third set and the match.
And who else but Shane Wetzel, number 12 in the kill department for him, able to catch that block.